Kobe Altman, Mike Gansey, and who was like his is it Brandon Weems got contract extensions with Cleveland, and LeBron gives them a shout out on Twitter, leading some to speculate he really wants Cleveland to come and get him, which kind of gets us to the part of the story which is, I guess, odd. So Summer League's going on. Lakers are playing. I believe it was Friday night. And they start talking about LeBron in front of LeBron while LeBron's at the game with his daughter watching their son, Bronny, play. And they ask him, if he wants to come on. I don't have blank to talk about. Sure, LeBron. Because that's what LeBron does. He does the passive-aggressive thing. If he wants to get somebody fired as head coach, he doesn't say anything, talk about it. He lets everybody else talk about it. When he's done with a teammate and he wants them traded, he just doesn't talk to them, just moves off of them. And then ESPN went further in a story which has now been widely reported that 4 teams checked in with Rich Paul in regards to a trade to acquire LeBron James, which is, I guess, news to us. It's interesting. It's worthy of discussion, but there's a pattern building there. Here's the pattern. Right. Go back to last week, and we talked about it, that there's a Ramona Shelburne story that has the Lakers not informing LeBron about the sale of the team. Then you read the story and you start to go, hey, Rich Paul is a pretty big source to this story. Then you read previous stories from when the Lakers were sold, and part of the story is, reported by the same network, ESPN, is that LeBron and Luka were both informed of the sale of the team. Okay, so progression of events. First, LeBron opts in to his player option. Second part is, at the exact same time, Rich Paul releases kind of that damning statement, which is LeBron wants to be part of a championship. And again, I'm not quoting verbatim here, but basically, like, Lakers aren't about LeBron, so this, there's a lot of past tense in it. This will probably be the last year. Lakers, hey, they want to surround themselves with whatever Luka wants to win a championship. Then the Ramona Shelburne story comes out. Then the story comes out Friday that 4 teams have touched base about a trade. And then you look at the Lakers, who haven't even announced that LeBron has signed the player option. What does this all mean? I don't know for a fact, but I'm pretty sure this is all the creation of Rich Paul. This is Rich Paul's way of creating some sort of either energy towards moving off of or moving the Lakers to buy out LeBron, or just a way to get people to be kind of sympathetic and talk about LeBron. And here's the easiest reference point. When LeBron was going to the Lakers from Cleveland, everybody knew he was going to the Lakers from Cleveland. Everybody. Right? His kids were, I know because my kids went to the same school, his kids did at least one day where they visited this school. Then they were up in the valley in Sierra Canyon. The stories came out that they were checking out those schools. So real stories. Right? And part of it was that there was this smoke screen created by Rich Paul where, hey, he might go to San Antonio. Like, if you're going to pick a team for LeBron to go to, San Antonio's not it. There's not a lot of media attention. And the number one thing they tell you to do if you want to join the San Antonio Spurs is get over yourself. No one's ever thought LeBron is over himself. And his guys would not have operate with the same power. And if you really think about it, not only the Lakers not talked about him signing an extension, the Lakers haven't let anything out. We didn't know about the Luka trade till the Luka trade happened. We haven't known about any of these things till they happen. They've done a really good job of running a really quiet ship. And this is something I do know, that when Magic Johnson was there, they were super, super frustrated that there was one writer with the LA Times. What was the gentleman's name, Jay Stu? I hate to put you on the spot, but I'm going to, because you were working in local radio, I believe at the time. There was a local writer who covered the Lakers, I think for the LA Times. It's an African-American gentleman, and he had all of the Lakers stories. And they were all fresh off of talking on the phone with
Hey, Doug,
Magic Johnson.
You talking about Brad Turner?
Brad Turner. Right?
Awesome reporter and awesome dude, by the way. I've known him forever.
I've heard he's an awesome dude, and
is.
Magic liked him, and Magic would call him, and Magic would give him everything. And the Lakers were like, dude, you can't do that. We don't do that. Don't loose slips sink ships. And then Brad Turner would have hey, remember the first time they were trying to trade for Anthony Davis, he had all the details, everything. And then when they didn't get him, they're like, yeah, he's still going to go after him in the offseason. Here's what Magic is thinking. How does he know? Because Magic would call him. So when Pelinka got control of the shop, Pelinka was a no leaks guy. None, zero, zip, zilch, nada. And we don't get any leaks. So how would these stories get out, and why would they be reaching out to Rich Paul, and how would this – it's obvious. Rich Paul's either trying to get LeBron bought out, or it's just a urinating contest where he's trying to say, hey, we're still the biggest dog. Look at all these championship teams that still want LeBron. Either way, I don't know. I guess my question is, what is the end game? What's the end game? Because the Lakers, they're not going to buy out LeBron James. Right? And no one's trading for a $53 million contract for a 40-year-old player who's been hurt a great portion. 5 of the last 7 years? We already know he takes his break in March. So this is not me destroying LeBron. This is me going is this really what we're doing? You're an agent for the most successful player currently in the NBA. We don't get any of this stuff on Steph Curry. Steph Curry's won 4 championships. Steph Curry's an all-time great. Steph Curry basically pushed them over the threshold, won the game in the Olympics last year in the gold medal game. I mean, that's Stephen Curry. We don't get any unhappiness with or what he wants to happen or coaching staff or player moves or any of that stuff. Why? Because the Warriors aren't sharing any of those details. Same thing with the Lakers. We only get it with LeBron. And again, none of this happens without LeBron saying it's okay. And LeBron's even participated in it. Playing golf in Akron, wearing a welcome home shirt, doing the shout out to Weems with the Cleveland Cavaliers organization. All of those things are all part of Team LeBron's plan. It's got to be hey, we want to go back to Cleveland and finish where we started. And, oh, yeah, by the way, they have a really good team. And, oh, yeah, by the way, the East is down this year. All of that makes sense, except the Lakers well, why would we do that? Why would we do that? And different organizations do things differently when they get perturbed. Could you just trade him and say, hey, or could you buy him out? You got a new owner that paid $10 billion? You could. But that would be really bad for business. That would be really, really dumb. And, oh, yeah, by the way, if you want to extract a little revenge for, we drafted Bronny. We gave him a 4-year guaranteed contract. We played Bronny. We've done everything you wanted. We hired J.J. Redick. Yeah, I got to be honest with you. Part of me thinks the Lakers, they're not going to say or do anything for a reason, nor do they have to. They can just ride out the LeBron thing, then he can sign with somebody else for a victory tour the next year. Hard to see the end game being do they think they're going to get bought out? Just doesn't make sense. If you really wanted to, because if you wanted to go somewhere else, just don't sign the player option, become a free agent, and see what's up. Not that hard. The report is multiple teams have inquired about LeBron James. And my report back to you is, without any source close to it, this is all created by LeBron James and Rich Paul and their camp. And whether they're pissed, trying to get bought out, maybe trying to get traded, I don't know. But it's sort of laughable in that if you really wanted to play somewhere else, you could have picked your own destiny. All you had to do is not opt into your contract.